Economics. Economics in CFA Level 1 provides candidates with a comprehensive understanding of how economic forces influence businesses, financial markets, and investment decisions. The curriculum combines microeconomic and macroeconomic concepts to explain resource allocation, market structures, economic growth, inflation, unemployment, and policy impacts. Candidates study how firms operate under perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly environments while analyzing pricing strategies, cost structures, and production decisions. Understanding market dynamics helps investment professionals evaluate industry profitability and competitive positioning. The topic also explains how economic indicators reflect business cycle conditions and influence financial asset performance. Economics builds the analytical framework necessary to assess economic trends, policy decisions, and market expectations that directly affect portfolio management and investment valuation. A major focus of the economics curriculum is understanding business cycles and macroeconomic fluctuations. Candidates learn how expansion, peak, contraction, and recovery phases affect employment, consumer spending, industrial production, housing activity, and corporate profitability. The curriculum also examines credit cycles and their influence on borrowing, investment activity, and financial market stability. Economic indicators such as GDP growth, inflation rates, unemployment levels, and consumer confidence are used to evaluate economic conditions and forecast future trends. Understanding cyclical behavior allows investment professionals to anticipate sector performance and adjust investment strategies accordingly. The study of macroeconomic relationships helps candidates evaluate the interactions among production, income, consumption, and financial conditions that shape overall economic performance and investment opportunities. Fiscal policy and monetary policy are central components of the economics curriculum because they strongly influence economic growth, inflation, and financial markets. Candidates study government spending, taxation, budget deficits, and national debt management as tools used in fiscal policy. The curriculum compares expansionary and contractionary policies and explains implementation challenges faced by policymakers. Monetary policy topics include central bank objectives, money supply control, interest rate targeting, and exchange rate management. Candidates also learn how monetary transmission mechanisms affect inflation, investment activity, and currency values. Understanding policy coordination between governments and central banks enables investment professionals to evaluate the likely impact of policy changes on economic growth, financial markets, interest rates, and overall investment conditions across domestic and international economies. The CFA economics curriculum also emphasizes international economics, globalization, and geopolitical considerations that influence global investment environments. Candidates study the benefits and costs of international trade, including specialization, comparative advantage, tariffs, quotas, and export subsidies. The curriculum explains how trading blocs, common markets, and economic unions support cross-border economic activity and regional integration. Geopolitical topics examine international organizations such as the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and World Trade Organization, along with geopolitical risks that affect global markets and investment decisions. Understanding geopolitical competition, cooperation, and policy tools helps investment professionals assess country risk and market stability. These concepts strengthen candidates' ability to analyze international economic developments and their implications for multinational businesses and investment portfolios. Foreign exchange markets and international capital flows form another important area of economics in CFA Level 1. Candidates learn the structure and participants of the foreign exchange market and study how currencies are traded globally. The curriculum explains nominal and real exchange rates, exchange rate regimes, and the relationship between interest rates, inflation, and currency values. Candidates also study currency cross rates, forward exchange rates, and arbitrage relationships between spot and forward markets. Understanding exchange rate movements is essential because currency fluctuations affect international trade competitiveness, cross-border investments, and multinational corporate earnings. The curriculum further examines government-imposed capital restrictions and their objectives. These concepts help investment professionals evaluate currency risk, international diversification opportunities, and the macroeconomic factors influencing global financial markets and investment performance. Overall, economics provides CFA candidates with the analytical framework needed to interpret economic data, evaluate policy decisions, and understand global financial interactions. The curriculum strengthens the ability to connect economic theory with real-world financial market behavior and investment outcomes. By understanding business cycles, policy tools, trade relationships, geopolitical developments, and exchange rate dynamics, candidates become better equipped to forecast economic conditions and identify investment risks and opportunities. Economics also supports other CFA topics such as equity valuation, fixed income analysis, portfolio management, and corporate finance because macroeconomic conditions influence all financial assets. Mastering economics enables investment professionals to make informed strategic decisions based on a disciplined understanding of how economies function and how economic forces shape financial markets globally.